Dakota, we've seen the issue that results where there's lack of gathering pipeline infrastructure to keep up with the growth. And how is Pennsylvania dealing with that? Like I said, even in Texas, where we have a history of pipelines, but North Dakota hasn't, but they're behind. How is Pennsylvania keeping up with that pipeline infrastructure that you need to get that product to market?
We have installed many miles of pipeline since we've been here. However, there is a need for many more and probably larger diameters to be installed. As I was reading in a coal rag not long ago, it said Obama's unintended consequences on his war on coal. When you look at that and shutting these coal-fired power plants down, and the increased demand of the natural gas-fired power plant, that the natural gas industry needs that demand. But what is happening in doing so is happening too quick. You've got too many things shutting down, not enough infrastructure in place to get to these power plants. So when you see peak season highs and lows in the summer and winter, then it was predicting blackouts in New England and various things of that nature in the Northeast. So there is definitely a need for more infrastructure to get gas to market.
Well, I've heard, and again, coming from Texas, I've heard the quote dash to gas for about a dozen years. And I don't know if it's a dash. I think it's a very slow trek, and because there's so many benefits from natural gas, electricity production, and on lots of things. Mr. Alberts, I want to congratulate you because what I've watched over my life in the energy industry, if there's an issue that you can make it better, safer, it'll get done by technology, and particularly what you're doing with the polyurethane and containment liners, because that's one of the issues on safety that we have. I would hope that some of your raw materials you're getting cheaper because of the ready availability of natural gas, because that's the feedstock for most of my chemical industries. Are you seeing that in here?
It is actually everything we use is a petroleum-based product, and because of the amount of liner that we're actually spraying right now, we're actually buying by the truckload. Where before we buy, a half a dozen 55-gallon drums. Now we're bringing it in by the truckload, and then actually most of that material, ironically, is coming up out of Texas. So it is. We're starting to see some efficiencies there. A lot of it's being driven by how much power we're actually using ourselves as well.
Well, it sounds like your growth, and you said you're talking about opening up in Midland, Texas. That's another example. Midland in the Permian Basin was dead for many years. In fact, I worked on reversing pipelines of crude oil from Midland to our refineries to get product out toward in the Western market. But now Midland, because of new technologies, although it's still conventional drilling, but it's using the directional drilling successfully, and it's growing just like it is here. And it's amazing that both the technology will get better and we can get it. And I know we talked about it at the first panel, and I'll close by saying that, as our country moves, hopefully we'll move to, natural gas as a transportation fuel. But also I know there's discussion about exporting, and we can also do that. I know there's talk about Philadelphia, and of course in Chesapeake Bay. And those of you who happen to have any relationship with Texas, we're really proud of our Bluebell ice cream. And but their advertising slogan for years has said, we eat all we can and we sell the rest. I want to apply that to our natural gas. I want our chemical industry to be successful, transportation fuel, and then let's let somebody else pay for what we can't use. And whether it be Pennsylvania or West Virginia or Eastern Ohio, through the Chesapeake or Philadelphia, or in Texas through any of our ports or Louisiana. I think we can do it. We have to manage it very good because we don't want to price ourselves out of the market for our own electricity production, because you're seeing that reasonable price to the natural gas switching right now. So, again, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for inviting me here. And again, Congressman Moreno, thank you for allowing a guy with my accent to come up here.
give you an idea of something else I've seen on lack of infrastructure in New York. It's probably 1 or 2 weeks ago. Natural gas prices in New York City on the ISO, I believe it is, doubled in 1 day because of a heat wave that came in there, and that's due to lack of infrastructure. So we need more pipelines, we need larger diameter pipelines. You can have all the gas in the world, and if you can't get it to the end user, it is closed.
Well, and I understand about pipelines is that, you know, there's no federal tax dollars or state tax dollars in pipelines. You have to have customers at the end who are willing to sign those long-term leases to capitalize and to be able to pay for it. So if New York City doesn't want it, then, you know, it's going to be hard to get it there. But because, you know, it is free market, and it can be done. And you have to listen to us, because we kid our colleague from New York every once in a while at one of our meetings. We'll say, when are we going to get a permit to drill in New York? So, but I'm glad you're on board, because someday Western New York will also be like, maybe all like Lone Star Bears instead of just Yingling or something.